The Library of Professional Coaching is a curated, aggregated collection of materials online for those who are either coaches, training to be coaches, those who train and develop coaches, and perhaps people who are interested in coaching, whether it's leaders who are interested in leadership and executive coaching, or whether it's individuals who are interested in career coaching, or whatever type of professional coaching that you might be interested in. So the materials are mostly articles at this point. There are a few books, sample chapters of books. There will be in the future some more videos. We have a couple starting already. But it's really an aggregated collection of a high caliber set of materials all around coaching, professional coaching.
Is it possible for coaches to send in material to you?
Yes. And they are vetted, they will be vetted, but there's a place right online where if you go to libraryofprofessionalcoaching.com, at the very top, there's on the navigation bar, there's something that says article submission. And as long as it's an article that you own, that you've written, that is not copyrighted elsewhere, that you own the copyright to, you can submit it for consideration for inclusion in the collection. And it's a good idea to look at the categories that we have there to see if it's a case study, if it's a PhD dissertation, if it's something about neuroscience or about leadership or about career, depending on what it's about. You can tell us which categories you think it best fits with, and you'll, of course, also submit your bio and your photograph so that you get some visibility out of it as well. So it's a great way for those, particularly people who have done a lot of writing and written a lot of articles or publications, to have another way to get those things out of the archives of their computer and out into the big wide world of the internet.
Since you are running this organization, you've created this concept, what have you observed about the field of coaching since you began the Professional Library of Coaching?
Well, there were several of us that began the Library of Professional Coaching several years back, and in that time I'd say we've learned more about how people use the internet than we've learned about the profession of coaching in doing this. So one of the things that we learned when we first launched the Library of Professional Coaching, we launched it as an e-commerce platform, and the idea was that people who wanted access to this rich caliber set of materials would buy a membership, either for a day, a month, or a year. Well, after 3 years of functioning in that platform, we learned that that's not how people use the internet. We learned that people really do expect information to be available for free on the internet. And so we said, okay, is this still a good idea, this Library of Professional Coaching? Is this something that should still exist? And at that point, we sent an email out to the members of the community in the library, people who had given us permission to email them, and we said, you know, what we'd like to do in the next iteration is create it to be free and open access to reach more people. And if that's something that you think makes sense, if you, the community, think it makes sense to keep a Library of Professional Coaching, then let's see if we can crowdfund it. And that's what we did. We were able to raise, within the first month, we were able to raise the funds that we needed to build the new platform, which is how it shows up today. So it's a free open access platform that's completely funded by sponsorships.
What is your vision for your organization?
That's a great question. The vision for the library has always been a place, a resource collection, a resource center that could be a place where anyone around coaching could not only contribute, but access the rich materials that are created around our field. So there are, for example, coach training schools and universities that are doing doctoral programs and master's programs around coaching, and their students write papers, their students create projects or write case studies. And one of the things that we see as a vision for the library is that it can be a place where all of the best research and materials and projects and papers and books around coaching are all available for all of us to use to build on the knowledge of each other at a high level, at a high standard of excellence, of course, but to build on the knowledge of each other and to expand the knowledge base of the field, really.
So, do you have this work in other languages?
We are open and available for work to be submitted in every language. We already currently have several in Chinese, and we're certainly open to as many languages as people want to contribute. We do have to translate it to vet it to make sure that it's the caliber and quality that fits with the rest of the collection.
So you also have really enthusiastic sponsors. Can you name a few of them?
Yes, we are so grateful and blessed to have sponsors of all different sizes, boutique firms, coach training schools, graduate schools, and some of the big coaching organizations like the ICF and ACTO, and we're really grateful to all of our sponsors for their contribution.